welcome to another episode of Senior Moments. I'm Ashley McEwen. We have Michigan's reverse mortgage specialist, Randy Whitmire, along with us, of course. And he has brought with him today Mike Osborne from Superior Family Chiropractic Care at 23 in Hayes.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And before we start the show, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been a chiropractor in Shelby Township for a little over 14 years now.
Wow.
I'm married to my wonderful wife Lynn, and I have two wonderful children, Peyton and Sid.
Oh, Peyton, I love that name.
And Mike is also a member of one of my networking groups. We see each other pretty frequently, and I've had the pleasure of going down to your practice, your office, and boy, I was quite impressed. And in fact, when Mike and I were down there talking, and I had a chance to meet members of his staff as well, and really get into more detail about chiropractic, I really wanted to have him on the show to share with our viewers on Senior Moments some of the exciting things that are happening at Superior Family Chiropractic.
Yeah, and I noticed, just talking with people too, a lot of problems come from the spine. I mean, like a number of different things. I think even the dentist we had on said that some of the things caused with your jaw and your teeth come from your spine. So it's a fairly important thing to learn about. So do you want to just jump in, tell us maybe a little bit about the things you have here?
Sure, absolutely. One of the things that we know is when we look at the way we live now compared to how we're designed to live, we're just living completely different. And we sit a lot, and we're not designed to sit. And what happens is when we sit, it causes a couple of things. It causes scar tissue buildup. It also causes a thing called subluxation. And what subluxation basically is spinal decay. And that's what we're showing here, there's different stages of decay within the spine.
Oh, okay. So this is a healthy one?
That's a healthy one. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, and what happens is as the joint becomes arthritic and you throw in a time factor, is you go through the various stages all the way to where the joint can literally fuse.
Now I'm sure you see a lot of seniors with a problem like this. Is there ways to help prevent it?
Sure, without a doubt. A lot of lifestyle changes make huge, significant positive changes, but also, the thing is when you have a damaged weight-bearing joint, what you need to do is you need to get that joint mobile. Okay, and that's where chiropractic comes into place. And what chiropractic basically does, in a nutshell, is we're eliciting motion within the joint. We're getting stuck joints moving again, and all the benefits that go along with that.
Now, at the same time, Mike, most of our viewers, do research of varying levels, and I'm no different. And I know over the last few years that traditional medicine has come to accept chiropractic on a much greater and broader basis, for treatment regimens. Whereas, years and years ago, there was always this, sort of chasm, or
specialty or something.
That's right, separation between, chiropractic and traditional medicine. And I don't know, if you want to address that at all or discuss that, but I certainly have welcomed that mutual cooperation.
Sure. That's a big question. We'll try to, I guess, answer that in the short version. But things have changed. Things are changing. I think as people with the internet, and I think as people become more educated, you're seeing those changes. People are demanding the whys now when they go in. In medicine, it definitely has its place. Allopathy definitely has its place when you look at drugs and surgery and stuff like that, but so does chiropractic. And I guess I can segue into my fire department analogy. I got an analogy that I'll use a lot of times when I lecture. If you look at your brain and your body, it's a house, which it literally is. Okay, and you have allopathy, which is medicine on one side, and they're the fire department. And then on the other side, you have chiropractic, which is your restoration, your maintenance guy. Well, let's say your house is on fire. Okay, let's say you have an issue. Well, who does it make more sense to call at that point, the fire department or the maintenance guy? Well, you're certainly going to call the fire department, medicine, and they're going to show up with the tools that they have, their axes and hoses and drugs and surgery. They're going to come in, they're going to knock down your door, and they're going to hose down your house, and hopefully, with a little luck, they're going to save your house and be very thankful that they did. But when they leave, what are they left with? A mess, usually, okay? But what are we all taught at that point? Who are we taught to call back? The fire department. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Call the restoration guy. He's going to show up with his paintbrushes and caulk and glue and nails and all that kind of stuff. And if he can take care of your house and keep it to the point where you don't need this guy, that's what we want. So So they both have their place. It's not that one's better than the other. I mean, they both have their place. But they're tools, and you got to know when to use each and every tool. So, but again, getting back to that question, you're seeing some things change. I think especially with the younger guys coming into medicine and what have you, they realize that there's a place, for us, but there's also a place for them.
No, it's funny that you mentioned firefighting, because my dad was a firefighter, and he has had back pains for maybe 20, 25 years or something like that. But he's very active. He plays sports, and firefighting keeps you pretty much moving around. And then he became the chief, so that's what he said. He's like, I sit, I do nothing, and he was having more back pains, and his insurance didn't cover it, so he went to one and paid a little bit. He said he felt better, and then he actually literally just switched insurance so that he can have the chiropractic care, because they do exercise where they just strengthen the back. He has a lower back problem, and that now he goes to it, and he said, I leave and I'm a little bit sore when I leave because I've been working out, but I don't have any pain the rest of whatever until a week or two later when he goes back in to do the stretches again. And he's very good about doing them at home too. I know some people maybe don't keep up with those kinds of things, but he said, he's like, I always thought the same thing, chiropractic, oh, that's too expensive, too special, I don't need that kind of stuff. He goes to, he's like, I'll never say anything bad about a chiropractor again. He's like, I recommend them to anybody. And my dad is not a guy to go to the doctors to begin with. He's very, not holistic, but it'll go away or whatever. He's not like one to take a bunch of medicines and things like that. And he said this is the greatest thing that he's ever done, is gone to the chiropractor, because he doesn't have pain. He doesn't have to take medicine anymore. He doesn't have to sleep funny and all disjointed, so it's comfortable. But
so he's maintaining himself, as Dr. Mike pointed out here, instead of reacting. There's the reactionary mode, as you were pointing out, by putting out the fire or visiting a traditional doctor, to put that fire out. And then most of these people, unfortunately nowadays, are taking less care of themselves. You saw people taking better care of themselves, several years ago, and now I think statistics point out that here we have some of the best care, medical and otherwise, in the world, in the free Western world, but yet we're taking less better care of ourselves. So go figure.
People don't do the preventive measures, I guess, to do the
we're very reactive. You look at this in this country, and when you look at the stats, I mean, we spend more money in this country than the rest of the world combined. Okay, and the thing is on what we call healthcare, which is really, if you think about it, it's an oxymoron. It's actually sick care management is what it is. We take 25 million pills every hour, every day in this country. We spend $38 million a day treating osteoporotic fractures. And the thing is it's all about what you're just saying. It's all about responsibility. People want to be well, they just don't know what to do. They see things on TV, they read things in magazines, they see things that are just unrealistic, and they try these things, and then they stop and they quit, and then things get worse. But I've never done a seminar, I've never talked to people to where, if you look, and regardless of how out of shape or in shape they are, whatever cases, they don't want to be better. But again, there's a gap. A lot of times you got to be able to teach that gap to show people how to go from here to here.
Okay, well, maybe you can give us a few tips, but we're going to take our first break, so don't move, seniors. We'll be right back with more Senior Moments.